on the screen. Can you see it from there?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Would you mind reading the title?
It's cultural differences.
Okay, would you mind repeating that? It's cultural differences.
Cultural differences.
Very good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, and please, would you mind looking at the photos on your on the right side? Okay. So if you were to look at the photos in here, you can actually see different people, right?
Yes.
Or different faces. Would you tell me if you are familiar with where they came from?
I think that they come from every. I know. It means I think that they come from every places around the world.
Yes. Would you mind giving me an example of that?
The man in the right.
Okay, right side.
Yeah.
Him.
No. It's the down.
Here.
Down. Yeah.
Okay, there.
He might come from Asia.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And the next one is come from Arab.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And another one, maybe she's come from Western.
Which one? The woman on top?
Yeah, the woman
here,
on
this
top.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, how do you guess, or how do we know they're from Western?
Based on the skin color,
Uh-huh.
the face, their faces, and
Okay.
I can guess because I can see the cultural differences in their face.
Okay, very good. So once we see them, sometimes of course we can already guess where they are from, right? Or we can even guess about their culture, right? So do you think their culture is same with us, or we have the same culture?
Not exactly, not really, because I think that every places have a different cultures. Like we Asians, is really different from the Western people.
Exactly, right? Like sometimes it's more of like they are more different than what we are or what we have. So, of course, that actually explains the meaning of the culture differences, right? So, as you mentioned a while back, of course, as you said, their culture is quite different from what we have or what we practice, right? Okay. And by the way, that is actually every race, not every races, okay?
Okay.
Yes, okay, there you go. So this time we will be learning more about this culture, which means we will be finding out more about how people practice their culture, right? Okay, there. But of course, before we do that, we will be encountering some vocabulary or some words later on. So we will just be discussing each. You don't actually have to memorize them because I guess you are familiar with some of the vocabulary in here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Try to look at number 1 to number 10. Which vocabulary are you not familiar with?
Number 6.
Number 6. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I understand that
Yeah.
because we don't usually say that, right? However, as it says here, get rid of waste from the body. So how do we do that?
How?
Yes.
I don't really quite know, you know.
Okay. Okay, for example, you ate too much, right? And then suddenly your stomach aches. Where are you
Okay.
going?
So we are defecating there.
Of course, we defecate. We go to the
bedroom.
Definitely, right?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. So yes.
I just thought about, like, you know, the killer, and they have to get rid of the dead body.
Okay, not that. Okay.
Okay.
You have to be careful. In here, it says here, from, right?
From the body.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
which means you have to remove something from the body.
The body.
Not the body you remove, right?
Okay. Okay.
Because if you do that, that's dangerous. Right? Yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
because I'm not the killer. I don't know.
Okay. So maybe in the future, just in case, if you want to make use of this vocabulary, you can actually do that.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, there you go. Another vocabulary which you are not familiar with.
The number 11.
Number 11, urinating.
Urinating. Yeah.
Okay.
Touch water.
That is
what
water.
does that mean? Yeah.
Yes.
What does that mean?
What does it mean? Okay. If you were to look at number 6, this is to remove waste from the body, right?
Okay.
Like you go to the restroom and then you remove the food that is in your stomach, right?
Yeah.
For this one, it's more of the water. The water that you remove,
so
right?
We also go to the bedroom.
Restroom. Yes. You also go to the restroom. However, this is for
urinate.
Yes.
To urinate.
To urinate.
Right? Okay.
Okay. So is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so for the first one, for number 6, that is to defecate, right? The second is to urinate. There. Okay. How about the other vocabulary? I guess, how about number 10? Are you familiar with this?
Yes, I know this word, but I'm not familiar with it.
Okay, you know the word, but you are not actually familiar with it, right?
Yeah.
Good. Actually, we already have the meaning from here. Like it mentioned about a part of something. So which means like it is being divided into different parts.
Like I have paragraph, you know, and then I have 1, 2, 3 segment, right?
Yes.
Is that correct?
That means you have 3 slices, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So you cut them into 3 parts or 3 slices.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I wonder why you use bread.
No, I don't use bread.
You use?
I mean that if I have a paragraph, you know,
A paragraph.
I write a paragraph. Then I have like 1, 2, or 3 segments.
Yes, like first paragraph, second paragraph, third paragraph, like that.
And does that count segment?
It can be. However, it's better for you to make use of the paragraphs, like paragraph 1, paragraph 2, or part 1, part 2, and part 3.
So how does the word statement use?
It can be used
in
later.
Case?
Okay. Later we will be discussing it when we discuss about other people's culture. And then you will find out what segment is.
Yeah,
right?
I'm excited.
Yes. It's better for us to discuss it with an example, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So later we will find out how the word segment is being used, right? Yeah. Okay, good. So this time we will be discussing actually only 3 examples of a practice or practices people do, right? Okay. And later, of course, I will be expecting you to give your own example of the practice you are doing in your country, right?
Okay.
Okay. For example, let's start with the first one here. Okay. So if you were to look at the photo, what can you observe?
I know this comes from China.
Oh, good. How do we know it came from China?
Based on the shoes and based on the textures of the shoes.
Aha. So you're referring to the design of the shoe.
Yeah.
Okay, and, good.
I know that culture. I know this cultures. Like the women have to minimize their shoes to fit they are fit to fit the shoe, you know.
To the shoes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so why do you think they're doing this? What's the purpose of doing such?
In order to prevent their feet from growing too big. Like it's written it. Yeah.
So if their feet is like this, what does it show?
I don't know.
Okay. If you were to look at the vocabulary they mention here, they actually say desirable feet. So if you say it's desirable, that means everybody wants to have this kind of feet, right?
Oh.
Which means it's something that is good, right? So according to, of course, research, they actually say that they do this as a sign of status in the society. Like in the past, usually upper class or people who are rich do this. So if I have this kind of feet, that means I am
like in the upper class, in the high class.
Exactly. Yes, meaning I'm wealthy or I am rich, right?
Yeah, but it looks so hurt.
Of course. Okay. But as we say, people have different culture, right? Yeah. And then another is, if you have this kind of feet, that means you are beautiful, or it's a sign of beauty.
Oh, really?
I can see your reaction. Okay. Would you mind telling me why you reacted that way?
I don't think that can like represent the word beauty to me.
Okay, for you, yes.
Yeah, to me.
So if you were to represent beauty, how? For example?
I think that we must respect our own beauty, You know, like we didn't have to change anything in our own faces or body. Then that's the true beauty to me.
Okay, I actually respect that kind of belief of yours, which is, of course, we have to appreciate our beauty, or we have to appreciate what we have, right? Yes.
Right.
But of course, as you said, respect, right? So maybe here we can also just respect their culture, right?
Yeah, I respect that, but yeah, I just like it looks so hurt, you know.
Okay.
It looks painful.
Like we feel sorry for them, right?
Yeah.
Because it's painful, right? But maybe they just want to be beautiful like that.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. How about in your culture? Like, is there something you do to show beauty?
We just be ourselves. Like the true beauty isn't we didn't have to try much. Just be ourselves, you know.
Okay, so acceptance.
Yeah, acceptance.
Okay, there you go. So thank you very much for that. How about let's try this one? The second one is this.
Oh, finger
cutting. So this is where the word segment was used. Right?
Oh.
There. So
I see it now. Oh my God.
Okay, so if we were to look at the photo, what happened?
They cut their finger.
Yes, they cut, right? Not really the whole finger, but they cut a segment.
A segment.
Yes, which means
a part of their finger.
Definitely, just a part of it. So that's when we can use the word segment. Right? Okay. So why do you think people or the tribe in Indonesia do this? What's the purpose?
To satisfy ancestral ghosts.
To satisfy ancestral ghosts, right? If you were to observe whose finger are they going to cut?
I think it belonged to a woman.
Yes. Right. So
I
female
feel
relatives. And it says
sorry for
here,
them.
must cut. Which means, of course, I can see your reaction. Okay. Yes.
Sorry for all of my reaction.
No, it's okay. Remember, this is what we call discussion, so you're free to say how you feel.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so would you mind telling me what's on your mind?
Another painful feeling.
Yes, it's something really painful, right?
And I think that doesn't necessary, you know.
It's not necessary.
Yeah. Because we do not have to satisfy the ghost.
Yes. Okay. Yes, it's actually true.
Yeah, and I glad that this tradition is no longer available.
Exactly. It's no longer being practiced.
Yeah.
Not the word available. Be careful with the word available, okay? So it's
Okay.
better to say it's no longer being practiced.
Okay.
Yeah. So meaning they don't do it anymore, or it's no longer being followed. Which means it's good for Danny women. Right? But how about women in the past? Right?
Yeah, I feel sorry for them.
But maybe they do have a reason for doing such, right?
It's based on their belief.
Exactly. So as we say, if you were to believe into something, you really have to do everything for that belief, right?
Yeah. And yeah, I respect their view.
Yes, we just have to respect them, and even though we feel sorry, at least they no longer follow it now.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. How about the last one? Maybe this last one you'll be more, how do you call this one? More upset, maybe. Okay, let's try.
Now.
There.
Oh.
From the
Bathroom
photo, I'm not, okay, would you mind telling me what you can see from the photo?
Is that a wedding?
Yes, it is a wedding.
A wedding from where?
It's
From
in
Northern Borneo.
exactly. And what do they do during this time?
They are prohibited from using the bathroom. Wow.
Who are prohibited from using the bathroom?
The groom and the bride.
Exactly.
Oh.
So when we say they are prohibited from using the bathroom, in what way are they prohibited?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question again?
What I mean is, you said they are prohibited from going to the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
So it's possible for me to go to the restroom, is it?
Yeah. No.
Okay, no. Okay.
Yeah, they cannot because they are prohibited.
So they cannot?
Cannot like. Oh, that's two words, you know. Oh.
Yes, you used the word that we discussed a while back.
Okay, but I forgot it.
Okay. The other word starts from letter D.
I'm sorry. I know the word irritating, you know? Irritating, is that right?
Again?
Urinating?
Okay, urinating. But
yeah.
The verb. Can you please use the verb?
Urinate.
Yeah, so you can say they are prohibited from
urinating.
Yes.
And that word.
Which one?
I don't remember it.
Okay, it starts with letter D.
D-E Accenture.
Okay, you can actually look at the copy on the screen. We have the word defecating.
Defecating, yeah.
Yes.
And no bathing.
No bathing. Wow. right? So meaning, would you mind repeating your sentence, please? They are prohibited from
urinating and defecating.
and
No bathing.
yeah. So okay, fix our sentence. They are the bride and the groom
Are prohibited
prohibited
from urinating and
urinating,
urinating,
defecating,
defecating, and
and
no bathing.
okay, you can remove no bathing, right?
Yeah.
Because prohibited from
Oh, okay.
urinating. Okay.
Okay.
There. So you can say prohibited from urinating, defecating,
Defecating
and
and bathing.
bathing. There. So in this case, why do you think they do this? What's the purpose of doing such?
They believe in a long, happy first life marriage.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Fertile. Yes. Which means?
Like the long live.
Okay, they live long.
Live long and happy.
Happy and healthy.
And healthy. Okay.
Right? To have a healthy marriage.
Healthy marriage.
Right? Yes. How about in your own culture? Like, what do married people do in order to have a healthy marriage?
Oh, in my culture, the bride and the groom will not see each other on the first day.
First day? What do you mean, like first day of?
On the previous day of the marriage.
So after the wedding or before the wedding?
Before the wedding.
The day before the wedding.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah,
right?
And but I think the marriage in Vietnam didn't have like much culture differences with the Western or the China. You know?
So it's more of like it's how do you call this one? You like follow certain culture, or there's no difference with other culture.
Yes, there's no different with other cultures.
Like you follow Western, some follow another.
We take a little bit of every cultures, and then we have our own culture from like a little bit of Western, of China, and of our own country.
Okay, so what you did is just like a combination, right? You mix.
Like in the few years. In the near years, like we have the father who takes the daughter to the groom. Takes the bride to the groom. But in the past days, they didn't have that culture, you know.
So meaning there is a change.
Yeah, they change. There are a lot of changes.
Actually, yes, culture does change. Example, the ones we discussed before, right?
Yeah.
Example, the foot binding. Now it's no longer common for them to do that, but in the past they have been doing that, right?
So how about the bathroom ban?
A bathroom bath, maybe not as well. Which what I mean is not that common as well. Same with foot binding, and then the other one that we discussed a while back, which is the finger cutting, right? So it's rare.
It's rare.
Yeah, it's a rare practice for them.
Yeah.
There. Okay, but the good thing in here is that they can still eat, they can still drink, right?
But they can drink, but they can urinate.
Okay. Yes.
So what does that even mean?
Okay. Well, as they say, we have to sacrifice something for us to be able to get something good, right?
for a long happy marriage.
Yes.
By
Remember?
bending, irrigating.
For 3 days, right?
For 3 days, yeah. How?
So maybe they consider that rewarding.
Oh, okay.
Yes, right? Okay, there you go. So we actually had 3 examples of this culture, right? So in your case, okay. For example, I just like maybe it's just my first time to visit your country, right? And I want to know more about what's special about your culture. So would you mind telling me some?
In Vietnam, I think we have all of the Asia culture. Like we say hello when we met, like everywhere. Yes, and maybe in Vietnam we drive a motorbike, and that might be a culture to me, because not every country have that. And about and the food is different. Food are different. Yeah.
Okay. I heard about that.
The food in Vietnam is pretty good.
Yeah,
And
I am really interested in the food that you have. I hope I can actually visit your place. So, yes.
Please visit. Vietnam is a beautiful place, you know.
Yeah, maybe in the future. Right? Yes. Okay, so you mentioned about motorbike and then the food,
Yeah.
right? Because usually when visitors would always be curious about the food you have and what you do every day, how you live every day, like that.
Yeah.
Right?
We are just normal. We are just normal people living our life, you know.
But of course, maybe something that is normal for us may not be normal for other people, right?
Okay.
Same with you. Like things which are normal for us may not be normal for you.
Yeah.
That's actually the reason why we have cultural differences, right?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So why do you think we have to learn other people's culture?
I think in these days, we have the chances to go to every country around the world and visiting every like and know person by person. Then I think that we learn about their culture. So then when we get to their city and when we go to their city, we are like familiar with it, and we 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 do not do something stupid, you know.
Okay, okay. There you go. So your main point is if we know a country's culture, it's easier for us to be able
to get along with them.
exactly get along well with them, right? Yes. For us not to be rude, for us not to disrespect their culture as well.
Yeah.
Right? So those are the things that we have to be familiar with, especially when it comes to culture. There. Okay. So do you have questions?
Okay.
No questions. Yes.
Is that bedroom band still exists?
You actually ask. Oh yeah, it can be rarely practiced nowadays.
Exists. Yeah.
Rarely.
Okay.
Yes. Maybe some are still following it, but some may not already be.
Yeah, that means still have to no urinating, no defecating, no bathing. Oh, I
some
cannot
maybe
imagine
some
that.
are actually doing that. Like even our culture, like our tradition, maybe we don't. Many people don't follow, but maybe 1 or 2 people follow, right?
Okay.
Yes, like that. There you go. Okay, so I just wanna give you some corrections about what you've been using a while back, right?
Okay.
First one is, of course, when it comes to the word every, so it should be, a while back you said every races, so it should be every race.
Every race.
Right?
Every race. I use that word.
And then next is, but actually that just that one there.
Yeah.
And then we actually discussed the vocabulary, which is to defecate, to urinate, and segment, right?
Yeah.
So I hope you will be able to use them in the future, especially when it comes to conversing with other people or maybe when studying.
Yeah,
Like that.
I will try to remember
You will
them.
try. Okay. And you might meet them again in the future. So it's better for us to be familiar with them.
Yeah.
There. Okay, there you go. So do you have other questions?
This time, no.
No more at this moment. Okay. Yeah. So thank you very much, Katie.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, teacher.
Yes, I hope you learned something from the class.
Yeah, I know that word. Irritating and defecating. Urinating and defecating.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
So at least you learn vocabulary, right?
And a lot of cultural differences, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you for the information.
Okay, so thank you very much, Katie. Enjoy your day.
Thank you, teacher. Have
Bye
a nice
bye.
day.
Yes.